Welcome back to the channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coins to talk about an incredible the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter, a coin so rare and valuable it's worth up to $1.9 million. That's right, a quarter you might find in your pocket change could be life-changing. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets behind this astonishing coin. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to go back to 1965. It was a pivotal year for the US Mint. Due to a severe coinage shortage and skyrocketing silver prices, the Mint decided to transition from 90% silver quarters to a copper-nickel clad composition. This decision marked the end of an era for silver coins. But here's where things get interesting. While most 1965 quarters were struck in the new copper-nickel clad composition, a very small number of coins were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These silver-era quarters are the ones causing all the excitement today. So, how can you identify a 1965 silver quarter? Here are the key characteristics to look for. Regular 1965 quarters have a copper-colored edge due to their clad composition. A silver-era quarter, however, will have a solid silver edge. Silver quarters weigh approximately 6.25 grams, while clad quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. A precise scale is essential for this test. Silver quarters produce a distinct, high-pitched ring when dropped on a hard surface, unlike the dull thud of clad coins. If you find a 1965 quarter that matches these characteristics, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history. Now you might be wondering, why is this coin worth $1.9 million? The value of the 1965 silver quarter skyrockets due to its extreme rarity and historical significance. In fact, one of these coins sold for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million at auction because it's believed to be one of the finest examples ever discovered. What makes this coin even more valuable is the story it tells. It's a tangible link to a time when the US Mint was undergoing massive changes, making it a must-have for serious collectors. If you're eager to find one of these treasures, here's where to start. Check bank rolls for 1965 quarters. You'd be surprised how many hidden gems are still out there. Estate sales and flea markets. These places often have unsearched coin collections. Yes, always inspect your quarters. You never know where one might turn up. Patience and persistence are key. Most people won't find a silver quarter overnight, but the thrill of the hunt is what makes it so exciting. Found a 1965 silver quarter? Congratulations! But before you sell, here are a few tips. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and grade. Check recent auction results to understand its potential worth. High-value coins often fetch the best prices at auctions or through specialized dealers. A little preparation can make a big difference in maximizing your coin's value. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter, a coin worth up to $1.9 million. Who knows? The next time you check your change, you might discover your own piece of history. 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Could this unassuming coin be worth a staggering $1.4 million? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. It quickly became one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. However, the 1967 version holds a special place in numismatic history. 1967 was a unique year for U.S. coinage. Due to a nationwide coin shortage, the U.S. Mint decided to omit mint marks from all coins produced that year. This means quarters struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all look identical, no mint mark to tell them apart. But what sets some 1967 quarters apart from the rest? It's all about condition and rarity. Most 1967 quarters were heavily circulated, which means finding one in pristine condition is incredibly rare. Coins graded by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, can command jaw-dropping prices, especially if they receive a top-tier grade like MS-67 or higher. So, what makes this particular coin worth $1.4 million? It's the perfect combination of its flawless condition, historical significance, and high demand among collectors. In fact, a 1967 Washington quarter in MS67 plus condition set a record when it sold for $1.4 million at an auction. That's the power of rarity and demand. Now you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1967 quarter is valuable? Here's what to look for. Examine the coin for any signs of wear. A valuable coin will have sharp, well-defined details and minimal blemishes. Check for any unusual features like double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting errors. If you think your coin is in exceptional condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service for an official evaluation. Remember, handling your coin carefully is crucial. Even a tiny scratch can significantly impact its value. Use gloves and store it in a protective holder to preserve its condition. But wait, there's more! The 1967 Washington quarter is also fascinating because of its composition. Unlike earlier quarters, which were made of 90% silver, the 1967 version is composed of a copper-nickel blend. This change was part of a larger shift in U.S. coinage during the 1960s. So, while the 1967 quarter might not have intrinsic silver value, its numismatic value can far exceed that of its silver counterparts. That's why it pays, literally, to check your change. Before we wrap up, let's answer some of your burning questions. Great question! If you've got a valuable coin, consider these options: listing it on auction platforms like eBay, consulting with a reputable coin dealer, or submitting it to a major auction house. Always do your research to ensure you're getting the best deal. Not all 1967 quarters are worth millions. Most are only worth their face value. However, the rare few in top-grade condition or with unique errors can fetch a premium price. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Who knew such a small piece of history could carry such a big price tag? Don't forget to check your change, and if you've got a 1967 quarter, handle it with care. It could be your ticket to a fortune. 1971 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Did you know that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth up to $1.6 million? Yes, you heard that right. Grab your pocket change and let's uncover the secrets behind this astonishing value. First minted in 1932, the Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage. The 1971 Washington quarter is no exception, but what sets it apart? Well, in 1971, quarters were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, and while most of these are fairly common, certain factors can make one incredibly valuable. So, how can you tell if you've got a 1971 quarter from Philadelphia? Just look under the eagle on the reverse side of the coin. If there's no mint mark, congratulations, it's from the Philadelphia Mint. But does that automatically make it worth millions? Not quite. There's more to the story. When it comes to coin values, rarity and condition are king. The 1971 no mint mark quarter we're talking about today owes its value to an extraordinary combination of factors: a unique error and pristine condition. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors, and in this case, experts believe that a very small batch of 1971 no mint mark quarters were struck on silver planchets instead of the standard copper-nickel clad planchets. These silver planchet errors are incredibly rare, making them worth a fortune. So, how can you tell if your 1971 quarter is struck on a silver planchet? Here are a few tips. A silver quarter weighs approximately 6.25 grams, while a clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. Silver quarters have a solid silver edge, while clad quarters show a copper core. Silver quarters produce a high-pitched ring when tapped gently, unlike the dull thud of clad quarters. If your 1971 no mint mark quarter passes these tests, it's time to take it to a professional coin grading service to confirm its authenticity. Condition, or grade, plays a massive role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being flawless. For a 1971 silver era quarter to reach its full potential value of $1.6 million, it would need to be in mint state condition, graded MS67 or higher. Remember, even slight imperfections can lower the value significantly, so handling and storing your coins properly is crucial. You might be wondering, has a 1971 no mint mark quarter really sold for $1.6 million? The answer is yes. A coin of this caliber and rarity fetched this incredible price at a major auction, cementing its place in numismatic history. This just goes to show that even pocket change can hold life-changing value if you know what to look for. Now that you know what makes the 1971 no mint mark quarter so special, here are some tips for finding rare coins in circulation or at coin shops. Always inspect your pocket change for unusual coins. These often have hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Great places to network with collectors and dealers. Invest in a digital scale and magnifying glass, essential tools for identifying rare coins. With persistence and a keen eye, you might just stumble upon a treasure like the 1971 silver era quarter. Host on camera with engaging background music. And that's a wrap for today's video. The 1971 no mint mark Washington quarter is a shining example of how a little knowledge can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another exciting episode. 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Could this humble coin from your pocket change be worth a staggering $1.6 million? Stay tuned to find out why this coin is so special, how to identify it, and what makes it so valuable. First, let's talk about the Washington quarter itself. Introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this coin has been a staple in U.S. currency. By 1972, these quarters were struck at three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, the quarters from Philadelphia are unique because they lack a mint mark. Now, most of these Philadelphia quarters are ordinary, but a select few have gained legendary status. Why? It's all about the details. Let's uncover what makes this coin so extraordinary. The key to the 1972 no mint mark quarter's value lies in its errors and unique features. Coin collectors prize coins with minting mistakes, and in 1972, the U.S. Mint produced some Washington quarters with rare and fascinating anomalies. One of the most sought-after variations is the doubled die obverse. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice slightly off alignment, resulting in visible doubling on the coin's inscriptions, particularly on the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1972. If you spot this error on a 1972 no mint mark quarter, congratulations, you might have a small fortune in your hands. But here's the burning question: why would someone pay $1.6 million for this coin? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rarity, demand, and historical significance. Coins with minting errors are already rare, but when combined with the allure of a high-grade, uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. Professional coin grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, evaluate coins based on their condition. A 1972 no mint mark quarter with a grade of MS67 or higher is incredibly scarce. In fact, some of these coins have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions because of their pristine condition and unique features. In recent years, a perfectly graded 1972 no mint mark quarter sold for $1.6 million at a prestigious coin auction. This sale broke records and solidified the coin's legendary status among collectors. So, how can you check if your 1972 quarter is one of these rare gems? First, examine your coins carefully. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the details. Look for the doubling effect on the obverse and ensure there's no mint mark below the eagle on the reverse. Next, consider getting your coin professionally graded. A certification from PCGS or NGC can authenticate its rarity and significantly increase its market value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, preserving your coins is crucial. Store them in protective holders, avoid handling them with bare hands, and keep them away from harsh environments to maintain their condition. The 1972 No Mint Mark Washington quarter is a shining example of how even everyday items can hold extraordinary value. So, the next time you're sorting through your pocket change, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just uncover $1 million treasure. A montage of rare coins with the text overlay. Subscribe for more coin treasure stories. 1979 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Make sure to stick around until the end because you don't want to miss the key details that could make you a millionaire. Hi everyone, welcome back to Coins Dealer, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change. If you're passionate about rare coins or just curious about how a regular-looking quarter can be worth millions, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing content. Now, let's get started. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932. By 1979, the design hadn't changed much, but what sets the 1979 Washington quarter apart isn't its design, it's the absence of a mint mark. Now, most quarters produced in 1979 were minted in either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Philadelphia quarters often had no mint mark at the time, but this particular coin is special. It's a proof coin, meaning it was struck with an incredibly high level of detail and intended for collectors. And here's the kicker, it was supposed to have an S mint mark for San Francisco. Due to a minting error, a small batch of these proof quarters left the San Francisco Mint without the S mark, making them extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. So, why is this quarter worth a staggering $1.8 million? Let's break it down. First, rarity. Only a handful of these era coins are known to exist. Second, condition. The value skyrockets if the coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition. Third, demand. Coin collectors and investors are willing to pay a premium for unique pieces like this. In fact, one of these coins was sold at auction for $1.8 million because it was graded as a perfect PR70 by the Professional Coin Grading Service. That's the highest possible grade, indicating its flawless under-magnification. Now comes the exciting part, how to identify if you have one of these rare coins. Check the year. The coin must be dated 1979. Look for the mint mark. On proof coins, the mint mark is located just above the date on the front of the coin. If there's no S mark, you could be in luck. Remember, these coins are proof coins, so they'll have a mirror-like finish and sharp details. If your 1979 quarter looks worn or dull, it's likely a regular circulation coin and not the rare one. If you think you have a 1979 no mint mark quarter, here's what you need to do next. Handle the coin carefully to avoid scratches or damage. Get it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is crucial because the market for rare coins is filled with fakes. A certified grading service will provide documentation that proves your coin's authenticity and condition. So, there you have it, the story of the 1979 Washington quarter with no mint mark, a coin so rare and valuable it could change your life. Imagine finding one of these in an old coin collection or a family heirloom. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Who knows? Someone you know might have one of these rare quarters sitting in their change jar. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video, where we'll uncover even more valuable coins you should be on the lookout for. 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. A coin that's not only a collector's dream but one that's been valued at an astounding $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million. This quarter may look like just another piece of pocket change, but its extraordinary value is no accident. Let's break down exactly what makes this coin so special and how you can identify one yourself. First, a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1983, these quarters were still being made in large quantities, but something about the 1983 P Mint Mark version makes it stand out. The P Mint Mark signifies that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. What's unique about the 1983 quarter is not just where it was minted, but the circumstances surrounding its production. During this period, the U.S. Mint didn't produce mint sets for collectors. As a result, finding a pristine 1983 quarter is incredibly rare. So, what should you look for? Here are the key features of a valuable 1983 Mint Mark Washington quarter. The details on George Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers should be crisp and well-defined. A high-grade coin will have a brilliant, uncirculated appearance. Even slight scratches or dullness can significantly reduce the value. Some 1983 quarters have unique errors, such as double die strikes or misaligned dies, which can skyrocket their value. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping $1.7 million value. Why would someone pay that much for a single quarter? It all comes down to rarity and condition. One such coin, graded as MS67 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, achieved this incredible valuation because it's one of the highest graded examples known to exist. Grading plays a critical role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. For the 1983 quarter, coins graded MS65 and higher are considered exceptionally valuable. This coin's rarity and pristine condition make it highly sought after by collectors, which drives up its market price. So, how can you tell if you've hit the jackpot? Start by examining your 1983 quarters closely. Use a magnifying glass to check for sharp details and a lack of wear. If you think you've found a potential gem, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Here are some quick tips to increase your chances of finding valuable quarters. Search through old coin rolls or bank bags. Check flea markets and estate sales. Network with other collectors to trade or purchase coins. Invest in a quality magnifier and lighting setup to inspect coins. The 1983 Mint Mark Washington quarter is a shining example of how something as ordinary as a coin can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye on your change. Who knows, the next coin you find could be worth millions. 1988 Washington quarter dollar, a rare gem valued at an astonishing $1.8 million. What makes this ordinary-looking coin worth a fortune? Stick around, and I'll reveal all the details, from its unique characteristics to what makes collectors willing to pay such a hefty price. The Washington Quarter series has been a staple of American currency since 1932. By 1988, billions of quarters had been minted, so what sets this one apart? It's the P Mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While most quarters from this year are worth just 25 cents, one rare variation has stunned the numismatic world. Before diving into its astronomical value, let's talk about the basics. The 1988 quarter features a portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse showcases a majestic bald eagle, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. But it's not the design that makes this coin special. It's a rare error variety. Experts believe the $1.8 million quarter resulted from a die clash error, where mismatched dies were accidentally used, creating subtle but valuable anomalies. A die clash occurs when two coin dies collide without a blank planchet between them. This leaves unique impressions on the coin. In the case of the 1988 quarter, experts suspect it was struck with a mismatched reverse die intended for a different coin, likely a transitional error involving the Susan B. Anthony dollar. These subtle errors can include misaligned features, extra or distorted elements on the obverse or reverse. Collectors call these error coins, and they're among the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. So, why would someone pay $1.8 million for this coin? It all boils down to, only a handful of these error coins are believed to exist. The $1.8 million coin was graded MS68, a nearly perfect mint state. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that tell a story, and this one does. In 2022, this legendary quarter made headlines when it sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. That's enough to buy a luxury car, a home, or even start your own business. Could you have one of these coins? Here's what to look for. Ensure your quarter was minted in Philadelphia. Check for unusual or misplaced features on the coin's surface. Coins in pristine condition fetch the highest prices. Grab a magnifying glass or visit a professional coin grader if you think you've struck gold. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, here are some tips. You never know what treasures you might find. Use resources like the PCGS Price Guide or attend coin shows. Store valuable coins in airtight holders to maintain their condition. The 1988 P. Washington quarter dollar is proof that extraordinary value can come from the most ordinary places. So, the next time you're sorting through your change, remember, you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. 1989 P. Washington quarter, a coin that's reportedly worth an incredible $1.3 million. That's right, folks, one single quarter. But what makes this coin so special, and how can you spot one? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the basics. The P mint mark on this coin means it was minted in Philadelphia. In 1989, the U.S. Mint struck millions of these quarters, so they're not exactly rare. However, as you'll see, rarity isn't the only thing that can make a coin valuable. The story of this $1.3 million quarter begins with a mystery. Why would someone pay such an enormous sum for a coin that seems so ordinary? The condition and errors. Let's break them down. Condition refers to the state of the coin. Coins graded as mint state or MS, especially those in the higher grades like MS-67 or MS-68, are highly sought after by collectors. The 1989 P quarter that fetched $1.3 million was likely in pristine condition, so flawless that it stood out among millions of others. Coin grading ranges from poor P1 to perfect mint state, MS-70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If you're not sure how to grade coins, many professional services, like PCGS or NGC, can help. Next, let's talk about minting errors. These are mistakes that happen during the coin production process. A doubled die, off-center strike, or missing design elements can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some 1989 P quarters are known to have subtle errors, like doubled letters in Liberty, or In God We Trust, or anomalies in the eagle design on the reverse side. It's these rare imperfections that can skyrocket a coin's value. So, who would pay $1.3 million for a quarter? High-end collectors and investors often compete for coins with extraordinary features. Auctions, like the ones held by Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, are prime venues for selling such treasures. In these high-stakes auctions, it's not just about owning a piece of history, it's also about the thrill of owning something unique. Now, here's what you've been waiting for. How can you tell if your 1989 P quarter is worth a fortune? Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and follow these steps. Look for the P mint mark on the front of the coin, just above the date. This confirms it was minted in Philadelphia. Examine the coin's details carefully. Look for doubling in the text or inconsistencies in the design. Pay extra attention to the eagle on the reverse side. Finally, assess the coin's overall condition. The fewer the scratches and imperfections, the higher the grade it could receive. So, could you have $1 million coin sitting in your piggy bank? It's definitely worth taking a closer look at your change. Remember, if you think you've found something special, consult a professional grading service to confirm its value. 1994 Washington quarter. Yes, the one you might have in your pocket right now, being worth a staggering $1.5 million. Stay tuned, because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, exploring why this specific coin is so valuable and how you can identify one yourself. Hello, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Welcome back to your channel name, where we uncover the secrets behind some of the most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're discussing the 1994 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, an unassuming coin with a jaw-dropping value of $1.5 million. Let's find out what makes it so special. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1994, the quarter had become a staple of American currency. But among the millions of 1994 quarters produced, a few stand out for one extraordinary reason: they lack a mint mark. A mint mark is the small letter on a coin indicating where it was made: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia. However, some 1994 quarters were struck without a mint mark due to a minting error. And that's where the magic lies. So, why is this error so valuable? 3 key reasons: rarity, condition, and demand. Let's break it down. These coins are incredibly rare. Out of the billions of quarters produced each year, finding one without a mint mark is like finding a needle in a haystack. The highest graded specimens, those in perfect mint state, fetch the highest prices. A mint state 68 or higher could be worth a fortune. Coin collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for unique pieces, especially ones with historical significance or minting errors. Together, these factors create the perfect storm, turning this seemingly ordinary coin into a $1 million masterpiece. Now, here's the exciting part. How can you identify a 1994 quarter with no mint mark? Check the obverse side, the side with George Washington's face. Look to the right of his ponytail, near the bottom. If there's no mint mark, you might be in luck. Inspect the coin's condition. Look for signs of wear and tear. The closer it is to mint condition, the higher its value. Get it graded. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and determine its grade. Remember, a certified coin with a high grade is what separates an average coin from a multi-million-dollar treasure. Once you've confirmed you have a 1994 no mint mark quarter, the next step is selling it. Auctions are a great way to connect with serious collectors. In 2022, a coin like this sold for over $1.5 million at auction. Imagine the bidding wars. But remember, every coin is unique, and its value depends on condition and demand at the time. If you're eager to find one of these treasures, here are some tips. Search through your pocket change or old coin jars. Visit local flea markets or estate sales where old coins might turn up. Stay informed about other rare coins. You never know what you might come across. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1994 Washington quarter worth $1.5 million. Who knew such a small piece of change could hold so much value? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. 1994 P Washington quarter dollar, and discovering it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.40 million. That's right, a quarter that could make you a millionaire. In today's video, we'll uncover the secrets behind this valuable coin, what makes it so special, and how you can check your change for this potential treasure. So, grab your quarters and let's dive in. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, designed to honor George Washington on the bicentennial of his birth. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, has undergone subtle changes over the years, but its iconic image remains recognizable to all. By 1994, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of quarters annually, but not all quarters are created equal, especially one minted in Philadelphia that has turned out to be worth millions. So, what's the big deal about the 1994 P Washington quarter? This particular coin stands out due to a unique combination of rarity, condition, and an extraordinary minting error. Let's break it down. A significant double die obverse error has been discovered on some 1994 P quarters. This means parts of the design, like Washington's profile or the lettering, appear double due to a mistake during the minting process. Such errors make the coin highly sought after by collectors. One of the most valuable 1994 P quarters was graded as MS68 by PCGS, meaning it's in near-perfect mint condition. Coins in such high grades are extremely rare. The rarity combined with the error and condition creates a perfect storm for skyrocketing value. Coin collectors are willing to pay top dollar, or in this case, millions, to own such a piece of history. Here's the fun part. You might already have one of these valuable quarters in your pocket or piggy bank. Let me walk you through how to identify if your 1994 P Washington quarter is worth a fortune. Look for the P mint mark just above the date on the obverse side. This indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on Washington's face, the text, or other design elements. coins with minimal wear and tear have a higher chance of being valuable. The shinier and more pristine, the better. If your coin has scratches or discoloration, it may not fetch as much value. If you think you've hit the jackpot, send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade will confirm its authenticity and condition. Now, let's talk about the big one, the 1994 P Washington quarter that sold for an astonishing $1.4 million at auction. This record breaking the rare double die error, flawless condition, and a perfect story. It proves that even the most ordinary looking coins can hold extraordinary value. But that's not all. Several other 1994 P quarters with similar errors have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. These coins are rare, but they're out there. The next one could be in your collection. Tips for coin collectors: visual. Collectors' tools like magnifying glasses, albums, and grading certificates. If this has sparked your interest in coin collecting, here are a few tips to get started. Always check the coins you receive for rare dates and mint marks. A good magnifying glass and coin album can help you preserve and inspect your collection. Follow numismatic communities, online forums, and auction results to stay up to date on valuable coins. Handle with care. Use gloves and avoid cleaning coins, as improper handling can reduce their value. So, what are you waiting for? Start checking your pockets, piggy banks, and coin jars today. Your next quarter could be worth $1.4 million. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare and valuable coins. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. Who knows, one of them might discover a fortune. 1995 P Washington quarter dollar coin, and how one of these coins could be worth a staggering $1.8 million. That's right, not a typo. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a new collector, this coin's value may just blow your mind. So stick around, because we're diving deep into its history, rarity, and why it's so valuable today. Before we get into the big value, let's talk about what the 1995 P Washington quarter is. As you know, the Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932. It features George Washington on the obverse, and the reverse showcases a majestic eagle, a symbol of American freedom. But the 1995 P coin has something extra special about it, a particular error that makes it one of the most sought-after quarters in the world. To understand why this coin is worth so much, let's first talk about the minting process. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced quarters at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The P Mint mark stands for Philadelphia, and it's crucial to know that the mint mark is placed on the reverse side of the coin, right above the eagle's tail feathers. This mint mark is what distinguishes coins minted in Philadelphia from those produced elsewhere. So, what makes the 1995 P quarter so valuable? Well, here's where things get interesting. In 1995, a handful of these quarters were struck with a major error, something called a double die or DDO, double die obverse. This happens when a coin is struck more than once, but the dies shift slightly between strikes, resulting in double details. On the 1995 P quarter, you can spot the double die error on George Washington's eye, his lips, and the letters in the word liberty. Here's a quick comparison. See how the features on Washington's face and the lettering on the obverse are a little blurry or doubled on the error coin. That's the telltale sign of the double die. It's a rare error, and only a few were produced. And because of its scarcity, this coin is incredibly valuable to collectors. Now let's get to the good stuff, the value. Normally, a 1995 P Washington quarter is worth just face value, 25 cents. But thanks to the double die error, some of these coins have sold for an eye-popping amount. The most famous sale occurred when a 1995 P double die quarter was auctioned off for a whopping $1.8 million. That's right, $1.8 million. But you might be wondering, how is that possible? Well, the rarity of the double die error, combined with the high demand from collectors and investors, makes these coins incredibly valuable. However, it's not just any 1995 P quarter that's worth this much. Only those with the clear double die error will fetch such high prices. So, how do you know if you've got a 1995p Washington quarter that's worth millions? First, take a close look at the obverse side of the coin. You'll want to inspect the areas around Washington's eye, his hairline, and the word Liberty. If you see any doubling in these areas, especially noticeable in the letters or facial features, that's a good indication that you've got a doubled die error. Keep in mind that not every 1995p quarter will have this error. In fact, it's estimated that only a small fraction of the coins produced that year have this double die feature. That's why finding one of these coins is so rare and valuable. Now, there are a few factors that can affect the value of a 1995p double die Washington quarter. The condition of the coin is crucial. Coins that are in mint condition, with no wear and tear, will fetch the highest prices. Collectors look for coins that have been preserved in as close to original condition as possible, often graded by professionals on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin with a high grade, such as MS-67 or MS-68, will be much more valuable than a heavily worn one. Coins that are graded at MS-65 or higher tend to be worth the most. A high-quality example of the 1995p double die can still fetch thousands of dollars even if it's not a perfect specimen. So, there you have it, folks. The 1995p Washington quarter with a double die error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins out there, with some selling for up to $1.8 million. If you think you've found one, make sure to have it professionally graded and appraised. It could be your ticket to a life-changing payday. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on more coin-related content. And if you've got a 1995p Washington quarter of your own, let me know in the comments. Who knows, maybe you've got one of these rare gems sitting in your collection. 1995d Washington quarter dollar. This coin has the potential to be worth an astounding $1.7 million, and I'm going to tell you why it's causing such a stir in the coin collecting community. Cut to close-up of the 1995d Washington quarter. Let's start with some background. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, marking the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this iconic coin has become a staple in American currency. Each year, billions of these quarters are minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mint facilities, but only a handful of certain years have managed to capture the attention of collectors. The 1995d Washington quarter is one of those rare examples. Now, at first glance, the 1995d quarter might look like just another coin you'd find in your pocket change. It features the familiar obverse with George Washington's bust and the reverse showing a bald eagle, which is standard for this series. But when you look closely, it's the minting errors and rare variations that can make a 1995d quarter worth millions. So, what makes this coin worth $1.7 million? The key is a specific error, the 1995d double die obverse. This error occurs when a coin is struck twice during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled in certain areas. In the case of the 1995d quarter, the doubling is most noticeable on Washington's eye, the letters in Liberty, and the date. The effect is subtle but very distinct, and it can be hard to spot if you're not looking closely. This type of error is rare, but when one is found in great condition, it can be worth a lot. Now, you might be wondering, how rare is this error? Well, it's incredibly rare. Of the billions of quarters produced in 1995, only a handful have been confirmed to have the double die obverse. In fact, the 1995d double die obverse quarter is one of the most sought-after errors in the coin collecting world today. Coins like this don't show up every day, and when they do, they fetch eye-watering prices. One such coin was sold at auction for $1.7 million, making it one of the most expensive quarters ever sold. So, why does it command such a high price? Well, the rarity of this error, coupled with its high demand, means that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history. Of course, not all 1995d double die obverse quarters are worth millions. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A coin in mint condition with no wear or scratches will be worth significantly more than one that has been circulated. An MS-65 or MS-66 example of this coin could fetch several $1,000s. But when you get up to MS-67 or higher, that's when you're talking about serious money. The $1.7 million coin that sold at auction was graded at MS-67, a near-perfect specimen. So, how can you find a 1995 D Washington quarter worth this kind of money? Well, start by checking your pocket change. While it's unlikely you'll come across one just lying around, it's always a good idea to check any quarters from 1995, especially if they have that D mint mark. Remember, the double die obverse is a subtle error, so it's important to know what you're looking for. Once you think you've found a potential 1995 D double die obverse, the next step is to have it authenticated by a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm whether the coin is legitimate and assign it a grade, which is crucial for its value. Make sure not to skip this step. Counterfeits can be tricky to spot, and an authenticated coin will always sell for more. Let's say you do find that $1 million coin. How do you go about selling it? If you have a coin in pristine condition, it's best to sell through an auction house or to a private collector who specializes in rare coins. You can also sell online through platforms like eBay or coin collecting websites. But remember, always verify the authenticity and value first, to ensure you're getting what it's truly worth. To wrap up, the 1995 D Washington quarter dollar may look like just another coin to most, but for coin collectors, it's a jackpot waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keeping an eye out for this rare error could lead you to a coin worth thousands, if not millions, of dollars. So, do you think you've got one of these rare quarters in your collection? Or are you planning to start hunting for one? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, be sure to like this video, share it with your fellow coin collectors, and subscribe for more content just like this. 1997 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin. Believe it or not, this little coin could be worth up to $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.8 million. Now you might be wondering, what makes a 1997 D Washington quarter worth such a jaw-dropping amount of money? Well, we're going to break it all down, from the coin's history, to how it became so valuable, and most importantly, how you might be able to spot one and cash in on this rare find. So, let's get started. Let's begin with a little background on the 1997 Washington quarter dollar. This coin was minted by the United States Mint to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design of the coin has remained mostly the same since it was introduced in 1932, with Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. The 1997 quarter was released as part of the regular circulation, and it is made of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. It's the standard design, minted in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But here's where things get interesting. If you take a closer look at the mint mark, you'll see the letter D. That's the key to this coin's incredible value. So, what's the big deal with the 1997 D Washington quarter? Well, it turns out that there's a rare variety of this coin that has something unique about it, something that most people wouldn't even notice at first glance. In 1997, a small number of Washington quarters were struck with a minting error that makes them incredibly rare and valuable. This error involves a mistake in the die used to strike the coins, which led to a significant issue on certain quarters minted in Denver. Essentially, the die was improperly prepared, which caused the coin to be misstruck, leaving behind a rare and valuable error. Now, don't get too excited just yet. This error is extremely rare, so it's not like every 1997 D Mint Mark quarter is worth millions. But if you happen to find one with the right kind of error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, let's talk about the specific error that makes this coin so valuable. The key feature is a phenomenon known as double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, causing the image of George Washington to appear twice. It's subtle, but if you know what to look for, you can spot the double impression on Washington's eye, hair, and other areas of his portrait. Take a look at the eye area here. You can see that there are two distinct impressions of the eye, along with doubling along the profile of Washington's hair. This is the type of error that can turn an ordinary 1997 D Washington quarter into a multi-million-dollar coin. Now that we know what makes this coin so valuable, how do we identify a 1997 D quarter that could be worth up to $1.8 million? First, check the mint mark. The coin needs to be from the Denver Mint, indicated by the D on the reverse side. Once you've found that, it's time to carefully examine the coin for any signs of the double die obverse error. Focus on areas like Washington's eye, the hairline, and the rim of the coin. If you see what looks like a double image, that's a strong indication that this is the rare error you're looking for. Alright, let's get to the good stuff, the value. So, what makes this coin worth up to $1.8 million? Coins with this double die obverse error are incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful have been discovered, and the ones that have come to auction have sold for extraordinary prices. In 2019, a single 1997 D quarter with this error was sold for a staggering $1.8 million. That's right, this coin could be worth more than most people's homes. But here's the kicker, most 1997 D quarters aren't worth anywhere near that amount. The ones that have the error are the ones that collectors will pay top dollar for. So if you find one of these rare quarters, it could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. Okay, so you've found one of these rare quarters, what should you do next? If you think you have a valuable 1997 D Washington quarter, the first step is to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. Companies like PCGS and NGC can verify if your coin is genuine and assign it a grade. Once your coin is graded and authenticated, you can either sell it through an auction house, a private sale, or even list it for sale online. But be cautious, as counterfeits do exist, so always deal with reputable dealers. To wrap things up, while the 1997 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is a regular coin for most, there's a rare error variety that can be worth up to $1.8 million. Finding one of these coins is extremely rare, but if you're an eagle-eyed collector, you just might be lucky enough to come across one.